But I watched the debate. I watched some highlights. I seen some back and forth between Nikki Haley and the crew. And I will say the person who came out on top as far as popularity, virality, is clearly Vivek. The person who came out with the most accomplishments, that is the most eligible to be president, I think was Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis would make an incredible president, I think. Would he be better than Trump? I don't know. Vivek Ramaswamy would make an incredible leader. I still struggle with him being 38 years old, being the president of the United States of America. But could he be a great leader? Yeah, listen to the things he say. I think he's on the right track. And to be honest, I think age ain't nothing but a number. And I know that times in America are very different than back in the day, but I mean, when they were dying at 32 years old and the leaders of this country signed the Declaration of Independence, were all young. They were young guys. Now, and they were old. But in our time, they were still pretty young. And so I think that youth should not be an obstacle. You know, if Vivek was 40 years old, would I think differently about him? Maybe I would. I think with a lot of life experience, you are more capable of handling tough times and issues. But, man, that guy is hyper brilliant. Vivek is either hyper brilliant or he the biggest con man on planet Earth. One of the two has to be the case. That guy is well prepared, well-spoken. He's knowledgeable about just about everything. He can articulate himself. He's very quick in an argument. And he either actually believed this, which makes him really good, or the dude is like sitting around snake oil salesman. I mean, that dude can sell a well water. He can sell ice to an Eskimo. He can sell weed to Snoop Dogg. I don't know if that's an analogy, but it sounds good. But I think Vivek won the show. We got a couple clips on here, and I want to make sure before I read these clips. Is there any restrictions before I read these clips? Oh, we good. Are we good to go? Okay. All right. Let me go through some of these clips so you guys can get a synopsis of what happened last night. Most of this is Vivek. Let's go. And I'm gonna start with Nikki Haley. Go to clip 2.
Anybody else in this race?
Thank you. Response.
Megan. First of all, we weren't bankrupt when I left the UN. We're people of service. My husband is in the military, and I served our country as UN ambassador and governor. It may be bankrupt to him, but it certainly wasn't bankrupt to us. Secondly, I did serve on the board of Boeing. I did a lot of work with Boeing when I was governor. They were a great partner to me. I served for 10 months. And then when they decided after COVID that they wanted to go for a corporate bailout, I've never supported corporate bailout, so I respectfully stepped back and got off the board. I love Boeing. They build good commercial airplanes. They build airplanes for our Air Force. I am proud of them. They employ a lot of people in South Carolina. But that's why I left the Boeing board. There's nothing to what he's saying. And in terms of these donors that are supporting me, they're just jealous. They wish that they were supporting them. But I'm not going to sit there and
Let me get the governor in and then I'll go to the governor.
And Vivek, he wrote a book talking about ESG and these woke corporations and BlackRock. The idea that I want to do that in Florida.
So there's a little bit of holdover of what Ron DeSantis said. But Nikki Haley tried to defend herself and say that was that she stepped off the board and that her and her family didn't make millions of dollars through the government. Now, I'm not going to say, but I know these people make hundreds of thousands of dollars speaking. They do. And how do they get to that point? Because they're leveraging their access and they're leveraging their position in the government to make money. That's what they all do. Nikki Haley, she's not that incredible of a speaker. I've heard her speak. I thought she was good, but she's not that incredible of a speaker for her to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars speaking. And the thing is that they get into government positions. They all slap each other on the butt and drink at the bars at night. And they all lie to us in front of the camera and act like they hate each other. But behind the scenes, they scratching each other's butts all day long. And they get into these positions of power and they take these positions. Somebody knows somebody that likes somebody, put them in a position, they become extremely wealthy. That's just the way they do it. Now, everybody does it. Do you really love the country while you're doing it? Or are you just doing it to make money? That's the real question. If I was ever in a position of power, I would do it because I love the country. And if there's a beneficiary situation, a beneficial situation there, I would take advantage of it. But I would do it because I love the country. I wouldn't do it just to make no money.